Hi guys, this is Ria here, and I have decided to start up my heart card readings again. I was doing them all last year, and I think it's important to bring them back to kind of focus into the heart energy. These are all cards that I produce with Mother Earth, cards that I've seen usually when running, either on the beach or in the woods, and they all are accompanied with a message. Each heart has a message on the back, and it's simply because we're connected and we're one with Mother Earth. She is one with our heart. And these messages and these hearts are just guidance, friendly reminders, stuff that we already know, but we just need to, be brought focus to in order to expand our own heart energy, in order to tap in and focus into the energy of our heart so that we may create on the outside a physical manifestation of that very energy. Because the heart is our connection to the soul, our spirit, all our truest desires that bring us into alignment to our higher self and our heart. And when we focus into this, that's exactly what we create. Everything on the outside is an inner reflection of our own energy taking place within. And sometimes in life we get caught up with what circumstances and what we see, and we kind of react to the outside circumstances and energy, forgetting it comes from us. So we got to take a step back and know that the circumstances are created by us and controlled by us. And if we just keep on focusing on the outside world and the circumstances that we don't like and give energy to that, we just kind of keep snowballing and creating more of that. But when we take responsibility and we say, hey, what thoughts, what energy within am I producing to create the outer illusion of that, the outer manifestation? And so these cards just bring us back into the heart energy and bring us some focus and some guidance and some inspiration or a little message. So these cards they're very personal to me because they could be like a question or something I was going through in life, and then bang, it just pops up and I get a little message. But because we're all connected through the energy and through source, I believe if you are inspired to come across this video and listen to it, there is a message for you. It might not be my perception or my interpretation of the message, but there's something there that your own intuition, your own heart wants you to hear. And if not, then just let it go, and it might come to you at a later date. So I've shuffled these cards already, and one card did pop out because I started the video and I couldn't even see my writing because of the lighting, so I'm going to have to read it to the side. So I'm going to reinterpret this. This one is the Death card, and what it is, it's on the beach, and it's a solidified little heart shape from the sand, frozen on the beach. This is all like kind of snow and ice, and I will read it and then interpret the symbolism of it, because I think the words always go with the image. And you might get something from the image yourself that I don't even see or connect with, but you do, because it's your own, your own energy connecting to your heart. And even though it's from Mother Earth and my interpretation might be different, what you get from it can be limitless. It could be anything. It could be from something you see here. It could be from the little bright light in the heart you see there. It could be anything. Or a word that stands out, one single word that stands out that you were looking for some guidance, and it clicks and it hits home. So, all right, this is called the Death card. And what it says is, nothing separates more than the illusion of death. Death is simply a shift in consciousness. It is not an ending. It is a shift in perception and an expansion of creation. May the truth of eternity set you free to connect to all dimensions without boundaries. Rejoice in the continuum of everlasting life. So what I get from this card is that some of us, including myself, may be going through a death. Not necessarily a physical death, but a death in letting go of something that once served us, something that we may need to let go of or go through in order to get to the other side, per se. Because what it's saying is death is just an illusion, and it's not really a death. It's really taking us to new creation, new life, and new expansion. And when we hold on to something so tightly, because we've put so much energy and passion and emotion into it and have lived it and been so like this with it. There comes a time, so-called time to shift to other experiences that where we need to let this go. We need to let go of an old circumstance, or it could be anything, a situation, a home, a job, a hobby, an old way of life, anything. It could be anything, but it's a calling. This card to me is a calling to let go. And sometimes when you go through a death, it seems dark because you don't have the answers that are on the outside once you go through the death. Once you let go of whatever you're going through, and even if it's a physical death, you might have lost someone. Death is the greatest illusion, because there is no death per se. If it's a physical death, they've gone on to live in more and more expansion of their true self. The human life is an experience. And when we're done with that, we move on to spirit and we move on to more, and it's eternal. And because we're all one and energy never dies, it just transcends into other consciousness. We're always connected. Not to deviate from my original meaning here, but just because I just feel that maybe someone needs to hear that if they have gone through a physical death or a physical loss of someone, it's not the ending. And it just, when you go through that, your perception is much, much, much bigger. Where before you could only see through a tiny little tunnel, but when you go through the death, you're allowed more creation, more expansion, more love, and more light. And when it's a situation in life that you're going through, when we can let go of whatever it was we hold on so tightly to, but it has served its love, its time, its purpose, when we can let go, we might feel dark, we might feel alone, we don't have the answers, because we need to let go of this. And when we can let go of something that you might have held on to, it could be just also a shift in what you're going through on an emotional level. You might have been very tied emotionally to something. And when you can breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and trust that the inhale is bringing in new life, bringing forth that light that you see here. There is a speck of light in the death, and that's saying when we can let go of whatever it is we're holding on to, we can embrace new life and light, and that will grow. You'll create space for this little speck here of light within the darkness to expand. Because a lot of times when we go through a major shift and major change, we're really, really scared and fearful, and that can be represented by the dark because we don't have all the answers. But you know what? The universe, spirit, higher self, heart has the answers. And when we can let go of that, this little light expands greater. And you might have that. You might feel that little bit of excitement. Tune into the little excitement of light. Disregard all the darkness, all the negative thoughts, all the fear, all the input from other people. That too, that could be playing a part and could be represented by this card. Focus on the light, focus on trusting yourself and trusting in the divinity of who you are. And when you can do that, all these little specks of could be frozen ice, frozen snow, you break through the boundaries, and you have unlimited potential and abundance. And what this card says, dimensions, you tap into other dimensions. And it's carte blanche. You got all this creation you can tune into once you let go of whatever it is that you are holding on to. But darkness usually is based in just the unknown, fear, and you just got to trust that. And like I said, when you inhale, imagine expanding upon the light. Exhale through the mouth. You're releasing fears, negative energy, not per se negative because everything serves its purpose, but energies that aren't serving your highest purpose, joy, and love at the moment. Imagine it just leaving you, just out there into the universe to be transferred into all this new energy of light and love. So that's the crux of what I see in this card, that a lot of you might be going through a major shift, a major transition in life, a shift in consciousness, a shift in way of life, and letting go of something that once served you and you put so much energy and passion into, and not knowing what's going to happen on the outside can be very, very scary, and it's part of the growth process. It's okay to feel that, breathe it in, release it, and kind of trust in the process. But what's waiting for you on the other side is just abundance and opportunity and new creation and expansion of you, of who you are and your strength within yourself, and strengthening the energy and all that's held within your heart. So hopefully somebody got a little bit of something out of this. Could be totally nothing that I mentioned, but that's okay, as long as maybe one little word connected to you. So I'm going to do these daily again, and I got a whole bunch of cards here with lots and lots of messages, and they're timeless messages because life goes in cycles. So if I get the death card one day and then say 7 months from now I pull it up again, it's just life can go in cycles, and with every transition, every shift, sometimes you experience a similar energy in order to get you through to the next level, the next expansion, the next way of life, the next version of you. You're always shifting to all these different dimensions and experiencing energies and cycles. But there's so many different levels of energy to every cycle. So it's just keep going through it. Life, to me, life is a smorgasbord to be enjoyed, and you're gonna know you can't just keep stuffing yourself with your favorite cookie or your favorite entree. You gotta kind of let that go in order to enjoy a new flavor, a new taste, a new experience. So thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome day.